Alright, piglets, I'm the nobody is here. It's a piglet. This is probably my 18th millionth time recording this because I'm bad at recording. I pause a lot. I talk really fast, but I have issues thinking. I'm dumb. So, a month ago, a little bit over, I reread this. But it's the Ubisoft Ghost Recon Wildlands Q&A. So, we have Vincent, the art director Sam, the narrative director Tom, my high, Manu, Benjamin, Lucas, Vivian, Matthew, Charles, and Emma. And they answered a bunch of community questions. And I'm just going to give you a spoiler alert. They say no to everything the community wants. Long story short. No, you can't have this. No, you can't have that. Even though it is in technical limitations that we could provide this to you, we're just being stingy on resources, and we are stubborn with how the game that we spent 5 years developing that still turned out to be a piece of trash. Sorry, I rant. So, Shadow Pilot on Reddit asks, I'm gonna do a full readout of this. I'm salty. So, how do you play the game? Nuradine, what I love is I can play it any way I want, when I want. It means I can play one mission stealth and the next one guns blazing, and support my teammates. Then we work hard to deliver a sandbox experience. I'm personally happy that I can play it this way myself, and even if I know the game, I can keep playing it and experimenting with different game mechanics. Sandbox, you have vehicles. In general, you have 3 vehicles. You have the Unidad helicopter with no weapons. You have the Unidad SUV with a minigun. And you have whatever vehicles you get out of the normal one that nobody ever uses. So that's sandboxy, I guess. I mean, like, you could also get, like, the vehicles off the ground, you know, like, you can steal a Unidad car, that's, you know, like the buggies. You can steal a helicopter, you know. I mean, like, we don't have access to those all the times by Rebels. You know, it's just a slightly worse version. Yeah, that's sandboxy. She, I think this is a she, also points out I could play one of the mission stealthy, then the next one guns blazing. If you play the game with their newly implemented tier system, you can only play the game stealthily. Long story short, because after a certain point you just get shoved into extreme, and if you want to keep leveling up, you're playing extreme, even if you played on arcade previously. So that's what question 1. So Spartan 543210 asks on Reddit, what part of the game are you most proud of? Nordine, the co-op. Being able to play the whole game co-op. With friends or strangers, with a massive map full of freedom and choice. Okay. Freedom of choice. Earlier today, I went into an attack in Unidad base. There were 2 fences, 1 door in the front that had a opening gate, and in the back, behind the first fence, there was an open door with people guarding it. I was using their newly implemented tier system. I take 1/18 of a bullet before dying. Unidad has... They're omniscient. They're a form of God on Earth. So I came up behind one of them with my silenced MPX, and he just did a 180 and shot me. Before the bullet even connected with my body, I died. So, freedom of choice, that's something fun. Eric, the freedom of choice. Oh, wow, I see a theme going on here. Yeah. Being able to complete your mission the way you want in a massive open world. Allowing you total freedom of... okay, so, targets. Total freedom of exploration and choice of your targets. Yes, you can attack which part of the mission you want to first, with some prerequisites on the underbosses and the heads of production and all that. But you can attack any Bupshana you want. So I guess that's true. But the massive open world, true. Very empty, yes. You probably could have kept to the level experience, had the game much more enjoyable, had a cohesive story to where players did not have to get disengaged from the immersion in order to actually know what the story is about, by either holding A to get to a cutscene that they probably didn't want to see because it's like a minute and a half long. It's in a art style that is not immersive, like a painting style. Or it's in like a flip book, slow, it's just picture then picture. I don't know what the name of that is called. And yeah, again, freedom of choice does not exist. You can use a sniper rifle and an assault rifle, and that's about it by means of actually killing things effectively. You shoot them in the face from a distance, you come in, you shoot them in the face from a slightly smaller distance. Spartan 543210 again on Reddit asked, are the things you scrapped that you wished made it in the full game? Nordine, oh hey, it's the third time in a row. Most of what we had in mind is in the game. However, of course, we can always do more. That's why we work hard to improve the content of the game, bring DLCs and new difficulty modes. So they introduced a new difficulty mode, and PvP is still waiting. Please, Ubisoft, we need PvP. But yeah, we got the new difficulty mode, events. I think they're referring to the challenges there. Community challenges. You get a you get a patch. I don't even do anything. I just get the patch. The solo challenges, they're either stupid with minimal reward, or they're really hard with a good reward. And by really hard, I mean they don't deserve to be hard, but they're hard because the game mechanics suck. I.e., last week, I think it was for the Santa Muerte outfit, you could get to kill 5 Santa Blanca with C4. Did that one, blew myself up in the process. Then the next one, you had to destroy, I think 3 or 4 Santa Blanca vehicles with a rocket helicopter. Getting into a situation where either can A, land said rockets, or B, not blow yourself up with these rockets are really hard. So, and then the task force challenges are, they're average. You can get them done by yourself, easier with friends. Alpha Blue Light and Granoli on the forums asked, how would you rate the replayability of the game? Nordine, again, this game is all about freedom. You haven't said that 3 times before. You can play, replay, and even start from scratch, and you will find you will still find new content. We believe the replay value of this game is huge because we do not use scripts and offer situations that the game adapts to the way you play. We are always excited to see how players experiment with each camp and mission. Okay, so the thing that adapts, from what I noticed, is your AI. If you go loud, it goes loud. If you go stealthy, it goes stealthy. The enemy AI pretty much sits behind the nearest piece of cover or runs in a building if you're sniping at them. And if you're up close and personal, they will destroy you if you're on higher difficulties. There is nothing you can do in close quarters combat in this game if you are playing on extreme or in the higher tiers. Replayability, I highly disagree. Missions get very repetitive, even though there are numerous ways to actually play these missions. It's the same mission over and over again, especially missions that require an escort or a defense. The mission that heavily comes to mind is the one where you defend the rebel guy giving a speech. You have Santa Blanca coming from the 2 roads in front and the 1 pathway in the back. You have a ammo box. You set up a ton of mines and sit back and relax. All escort missions are go in, kill everybody except for that one dude, grab him, put him in a helicopter, fly back to base. So the in-game content. New category. So Dr. Wiki 0074 asked, what are your plans to cater to the people who have supported the series for years with real military sim-oriented content as opposed to the casual audience? Nordine, once again. I don't like her. I'm assuming it's her. Freedom, freedom, freedom in a game that is about freedom. Our objective with Ghost Recon Wildlands was to leverage all the heritage of the Ghost Recon series to create a game that delivers the experience of in a new way. We believe Milsim fans will enjoy our upcoming expansion, Falling Ghost, that will have a new difficulty mode we will talk about later. New difficulty mode released. It's been over a month since this Q&A has been out. Milsim people, They already have this. It's called Extreme Mode. From what I noticed, it does nothing but make it to where you can't have a lower difficulty as you progress within the tier system. The tier system gives you rewards, supplies, some cosmetics, an HTI that one-shots any and all vehicles. You know, the usual stuff. HTI is a really high-powered sniper for all you people who don't play. Who, for some reason, are watching a video about Ghost Recon Wildlands. So, our A-Rod 175 asks on Twitter, are we going to be getting any more mini DLCs like the Peruvian Connection, Unidad Conspiracy, or El Yeti? So, Peruvian and Unidad are Season Pass, and El Yeti was just a thing they did for shiggles. And the answer is no, we will not be getting anything else like that. But there could be more future challenges, though. Like that, apparently. So, they're not adding anything else, but they're thinking about adding something else. Nice job, Lucas. Any Mulo Madness on Twitter asks, any chance on implementing random events such as saving civilians? Lucas, we are not planning on adding new side missions in the main game. The events we will add will be through weekly challenges. Weekly challenges, as I said before, either really hard, useless because the community does it for you, or it's okay reward. Klimaza 93, Klimaza 93. Any gameplay changes in the future? Nordine, once again, my favorite little ray of sunshine. This one's kind of a bit long. Long story short, she says, we spent too much time on this game to change it for what the community wants. Okay. We'll focus on the things that you get to pay for after buying the game that you paid for. Yeah. Astral Sailor on Reddit asks, our Season Pass holders going to get anything off to Fallen Ghosts? Nordine again asks, no. We're not getting... If you paid for the Season Pass, you don't get anything else. Except for stuff you don't care about. You know, pretty stuff. You know, so pretty. Cosmetics. Zippo-chan 2 on Twitter asks, is there any plans to add a photo mode? Vincent says, on PC you can, but nowhere else can you. So, yeah, fun. Dr. Wiki 0074. What about implementing some class-oriented skills to help players who don't want to be a jack of all trades? Alright, Dr. Wiki 0074 asks from the forums, what about implementing some class-oriented skills that would help players who don't want to be a jack of all trades and want to focus on a certain way they want to play or engage the enemies? Eric replies, one of the key elements for Ghost Recon Wildlands is the freedom of choice. He even quote, freedom of choice. I'm doing air quotations with my voice. By opening the world and gameplay, we also offered a total freedom of choice to the players. You can engage the mission the way you want, and that's why we decided not to go with a class system like previous games. The skill tree allows you to specialize the ghost you want to be. Long story short, by making it to where you can't specialize, you can specialize. When you want to specialize, we make it to where you can't specialize, but say you can specialize by giving you the ability to upgrade existing gear your character already has access to, or by simply unlocking the gear your character should have access to. Thank you, Eric. Gorgomorph, and I'm not even going to try to say that one, from Twitter asks, are there any plans to raise the level cap? Yes, that already happened. Blah, okay. Live season challenges, new category. Pretty Boy 0683 on Twitter asks, the weekly challenges are great. How long will they be available in the game, and will the rewards get better over time? Lucas, glad to know you like weekly challenges. The challenges reset every week. Please read our dedicated article. Alright, Lucas, You cannot answer a Q&A by telling them to go look at a previous article you published as a company. That's not how these things work. I mean, maybe if this was a frequently asked questions forum, then you could have done that. But not a questions and answers. So Dr. Wikiman 007, dude, you are popular. From the forums asked, will there ever be a mission editor for the people who like to take more military-oriented approach? Noradine says, we have no plans to let the community have any way they want to edit or have fun with their game. They have to play the game the way we say it, even though we claim to have freedom of choice. So Clemiza 93, Francesco 207, and Twigs_D on the forums and Reddit, both, they all ask, are you going to introduce random missions of the game? Why not a game changer, night, storm, no HUD, etc.? Eric, we are not planning to do anything to the game because we think it is perfectly exactly the way it is. We are not planning to add more missions to the main game. Moreover, there are technical constraints linked to the structure of our open world that prevent us from adding random game chambers. Our next season challenges will, however, allow us to put more conditions into missions. So, I'm gonna go off topic here. The Ghost Recon Wildlands campaign, as a whole, there is a lot of missions, numerically. However, when you can fight the main villain by completing only half of these missions, that number is significantly less substantial. These missions are also generally very short or very aggravating, so their worth goes down. I would like some more missions to the base game, you know. That would be nice, you know, maybe a better campaign to begin with. I felt like Ghost Recon Future Soldier would be a good example here. We had a mission-based game with, I don't know, perhaps something they call set pieces. I like that, set pieces, you know. It really transforms a game and movie or TV show. You know, yeah, Siberia, you're going from point A to point B, you're screwing up some Russians. That's not cool enough. Alright, I got one for you, man. How about, instead of going from point A to point B in Siberia, screwing up some Russians, we go from point A to point B, screwing up some Russians in Siberia with a giant robot dog with a mortar system and tow missiles. Dude, awesome idea. That is a set piece. Ghost Recon Wildlands. What do we have? Set pieces. Guess you could consider the environment. Oh, hey, this area isn't a wooded area. Guess you have to play close quarters even though you play sniper role. Yeah, we want you to feel specialized and have a freedom of choice. You know, there's trees in the way, but you can snipe and hit a tree. Yeah. Narco Road and Fallen Ghosts. Twigs_D, Jersadin, Duncan 101 on the forums asked, could you share the development team's vision of Narco Road? Benjamin, oh hey, a new name. I'm probably going to see him a lot for Fallen Ghosts and Narco Road, though. For Narco Road, the vision was the developed team had to broaden the mission diversity to introduce new missions unlike anything they had seen in the main game. There's a lot of new stuff to do, like including spying, infiltration, escort, smuggling. The strong cast of bad guys you can call your friends before taking their crowns. There's more. I'm gonna talk about this. So, there's a lot of new stuff to see and do, including spying, infiltration, escort, and smuggling. Alright, so, escort. Hey, go get the bad guy, bring him to the safe house. Alright, we have the escorts. El Yayo's family is being captured. After you brought El Yayo to the place, escort his family, because you just escorted a guy, so let's have a double escort mission. As well as, like, clear the area. Smuggling. Supplies. Infiltration. That should have been in the game from the launch. Spying. Should have been in the game from the launch. perhaps. I don't know. Maybe that would have been fun in, a Ghost Recon game, doing Recon. He continues to say, in our mind, Narco Road was designed to be Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon game. It was designed to be a Tom Clancy... Oh, wow! A Ghost Recon game was designed to be a Ghost Recon game. Who would have guessed? Offering an immersive team-based military shooter experience. Team-based. No, I tell my AIs to either don't do anything or go shoot things. Because they're gods, essentially, with upgrades. Military shooter. You have guns and you shoot things. So, yes, check that one off. Immersive. No. Not even close. Oh, I mean, like, the character editor, that's pretty immersive, But we also wanted to explore a different tone. Narco Road is a love letter to action movies. References such as Point Break, Fast and Furious, The Rock, and Speed, as well as Clear and Present Danger and Red October. Okay, so why do we need to have a love letter to action movies in a Ghost Recon game? A Ghost Recon. Silent, stealthy, and looking at things. No, you're going to drive really fast cars down ramps. We want it to feel like Fast and Furious. And Need for Speed. We want to make it feel like an action movie. A classic action movie. Alright. Okay. In the Narco Road, you have the freedom to go wherever you want to complete. Okay, yeah. You can do that in the main story. Oh, to create your own story. Create your own story. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft, you already had your story implemented from the start. I think what you mean to say is you can choose to do our story in whichever order you wish to do it. Okay. Will there be seriously, Barter Prince? Will there be AIs? Yes, there will be AIs in the Fallen Ghost DLC, you idiot. A bunch of people asked, will we be seeing the integration of new enemies, clothing, weapons, skills from Fallen Ghost to the main game? Oh, well, you want something from the DLC to go to the main game? The answer is no. Why would we give anybody who bought the $60 full release of the game anything that would make their game better? Yeah. So, vehicles, a good chunk of people also ask, are you planning on improving in flying vehicles? Eric says, apparently, we're thinking about it, we're not sure, like, why would we change something we think is perfect? Why would we change something we spent 5 years developing? So, Twigs_D, not Twigs. Will we be getting a larger selection of choice in vehicle drops? The answer is no. At the moment, you can drop 3 types of vehicles, 2 land vehicles and a chopper, plus the vehicles you have bought in DLC. Or in the store, with the Rebels. We consider that the current selection of vehicles is enough, and we're not planning to add any more vehicles to the section. So basically, no. Why would we give you freedom of choice? We're only going to give you 3 vehicles. A small selection of non-military land vehicles, 1 single Unidad SUV with a minigun, and an Unidad helicopter with no weapon attachments. This section's on AI. Alpha Blue Light, Chilma, other people, asked, could you share more about the logic behind? Oh yeah, the AI is, adaptable, yeah, I said this earlier, because I pre-read this. We want the player to feel like the real leader of their operations. No, I feel like I'm doing everything, not the leader. The AI adapting to the playstyle. No, I just tell them to go sit in the back of the map. Yeah, I'm in the North Province, you can go sit in the farthest South Province you can possibly be. Give me tactical. I like that one. Too bad you're playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yes. Could we have the option to disable? No, you cannot disable your AI teammates. They're required. What you could do, though, is have your friend join you and go AFK. Weapons. It's _me Henry. Joe874 on Twitter asked, will you be getting new weapons or attachments? Mahai. Ghost Recon Wildlands already offers more than 50 weapons and more than 100 different attachments, allowing millions and millions of combinations. We are not planning to add anything. Okay, so, Mahai. So far, in my experience, the ACR, the M4, are the only two useful assault rifles in my use. The HCI, both variants of it, the new one and the base variant, and the MSR, as well as one semi-auto, but I use that one for stealth, are the only useful snipers. And in the SMG category, the MP5, MPX, the MP family, under shotgun Silencio. That's it, Silencio. Huge magazine, suppressor, and fully automatic. That's all you need. LMGs, no, don't. Just, they're useless. Why would you use an LMG? Because you like playing loud and aggressive. No, that doesn't work on higher difficulties. And with the new difficulty system, with the tiers, with the new weapon camos up at the higher tiers, you know, like the new tier system, the higher you get, the harder it gets, you know? Why would we let you do stuff? Alpha Blue Light, are you planning on reviewing and fixing ballistic and recoil? Basically, no, we will not make the weapons feel any different or better, because we, think they're totally authentic. To tell you exactly what Mahai says, we work closely with our partners at Ubi Authenticity team at Red Storm Entertainment to provide the most authentic weapons and attachments possible. The Ubi Authenticity team is in touch with several weapon manufacturers who help us guarantee this authenticity, and in that sense, we are not planning to modify the characteristics of any weapons. Hey, I have a good weapon for you to modify. The MK-17 with an ACOG sight with the Ghost Recon Future Soldier skin with the fact that the bandana bleeds through. I know that has nothing to do with authenticity. I just felt like complaining about that one. City 1337 on Twitter asks, are you guys going to add a zeroing mechanic to the game? You know, like the normal sniper mechanic in most video games, including Battlefield. It's even in Battlefield 1. You know, the really old history setting Battlefield. Mahai says, when we develop the weapons, we put our most efforts on providing you a realistic bullet drop feeling. We're not planning on... No, we don't want you, the player, to feel more comfortable with the game. Gameplay category. Many of you requested new gameplay features such as using ropes for rappel, having an FPS view and laying down. The community team regularly shares these requests. The development team regarding these two previous requests, the development team studied them and are not planning to add these. Oh yes, the few things the community really wants, you're going to say no. No. Why would we add the things the community wants? You know, we're only a business and we want to please our audience, you know? Okay, so, Vocaloid 12 on the forums asks, could there be a visual option to change the gameplay to be like what it was? Why would you want it to be like that? No. Nordine, don't like her, says, no, we would not let you go to like a pre-alpha state. I can understand that one. Why would you allow people to go to a pre-alpha state of the game? Gordon Morth on Twitter asks, is there any plans to allow the players to unequip purchased abilities, i.e. the night thermal? Eric, as we consider that once a ghost has acquired a skill, he or she is not supposed to forget it. It is not, and this is not a planned feature. Okay, don't see an issue with that one. I don't think, unless I'm missing something, because I'm stupid. This next question, it's the same people over and over. I'm just gonna stop giving credit. Can we have corpses that stay on the ground that get removed only when NPCs respawning in the same area? If so, please make it to where we can move the corpses. Eric says, we have iterated a lot of respawn rules in moving bodies. It appeared through play tests that respawn made the game too frustrating for the players. So we made the decision to make corpses disappear when players are far enough and are not looking directly at them, to avoid frustrating stealth breakers. Yeah, freedom of choice. You kill a guy, you can't move his corpse. That's so freedom of choice. You know, because maybe you killed him in a really hot area. Maybe he was staring at you. Nope, you're screwed. It feels like some animations are missing, such as stealth animations from my... Noradine, long story short, sums this up as, our game is too big. We can't implement assassination animations, because that would make the open world less open. technical limitations, she claims. Technical limitations for an animation based on the open world. Okay. Are you planning to add night vision goggles on the ghosts? So many of you asked for this feature. As Nadine explained in his... Oh, it's a dude. Okay. So, you can have night vision goggles, but they will not give you a hat for them. They will not make it through your character puts on a pair of night vision goggles, because that would be too hard for the animation team, the art team, and the coding team. And it would strain the open world physics. In co-op, it should be game over if you fail to revive someone. Make it optional, please. Eric, we could have done that, but we didn't know because, freedom of choice. We don't give you the freedom of choice to make something optional. We have, as the developers, the freedom of choice to deny you your freedom of choice. Why don't we have the same cover system as Ghost Recon Future Soldier? Eric, the reality of Wildlands is the map actually restrains a lot of the way we can implement a cover system. With Ghost Recon Wildlands, we did not want to assist the players in moving from cover to cover. We wanted them to feel the real tension. Alright. Immersion was the second half of that. Nothing is immersive about a third-person shooter. Next part of this one. So, he claims the map restrains the cover system, but there's a cover system in place. On top of that, he did not want to assist the players with their cover while using a cover system that automatically puts the player's character into cover when next to a piece of viable cover. Whilst in Ghost Recon Future Soldier, the game that that Alpha Blue Light is referring to, the cover system, you have to manually go into cover by pressing A, or X, or whatever the keyboard bind is. So by assisting you entering cover, we are not assisting you. Okay? When parachuting, why can't we use our weapon before landing? I agree with Eric on this one, simply because the classical way of controlling your parachute is with both hands. Failing your landing could hinder the rest of the mission. Yeah, you cannot control where you land and shoot at the same time. However, I would agree with the middle ground in you could have your pistol out. That would make sense. Why choose RPG mechanics for a tactical shooter? The game itself is skill-based. That means the RPG progression does not prevent you from being tactical. On the contrary, it's your own skill. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the menu. So, with items like stable aim, grenade launcher, ammo capacity, vehicle destruction, battery increase, range increase, a speed armor increase, as well as a zoom increase on your drone, as well as various different attachments, including a revive, an explosive, an EMP, and a noisemaker. When it comes to items, parachuting, frag grenades, landmines, C4, diversion lures, the level of zoom of your binoculars, a flare gun, and flashbangs. In the physical category, the amount of stamina you have, the amount of damage decreased after being resurrected, the damage taken in car, the amount of sound you make while running, bullet resistance, explosive resistance, detection, a slew of squad and rebel support based skills. Those are all based around your player skill, not the RPG mechanic. Like, you don't have to spend resources, time into buying a parachute, because that parachuting out of a helicopter is entirely skill based. You can survive that landing based on skill alone without your parachute. Freedom of choice, you can jump out of that helicopter or airplane without a parachute. Nope, the game limits you from jumping out of it. Bum 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 bum. Ubisoft, you're full of shit. When down, why can't the player move around? Because Eric says that would be overpowered. We do not want to encourage the down player to help the other players. Customization. Will you ever add Tachanka's helmet to Ghost Recon Wildlands? Vivian, we will think about it. Smiley face. I agree. Are you planning on adding vehicles and AI teammates to be customizable? No. Lucas says no. Will we be able to use pieces of clothing from outfit packs separately? Vivian says no. Any plans to add preset loadouts, for your guns, your equipment? No. Why are shirts so much darker than pants? Let's put a bug question in a Q&A. Are you guys gonna add sniper wrap skins for all? No. Why can't we customize individual parts of our weapons that have metal-colored skins? Our main goal from the get-go has been to provide the users with a high degree of authenticity. With this in mind, we chose to restrict some visual customization choices to have the resulting color combination work as legit as possible. Okay, Ubisoft. There's such thing as a balance between authenticity, gameplay. You need to have your game both fun and the way you want it. You cannot limit the game just simply by the way you want it. The game needs to be fun for the players. Any plans or hints that we'll be getting a beret, green please, or blast boots for the Ghost? Vivian, the only thing we can tell you for now is that we will get one of the two. I hope it's the boots. I'm tired of the boots. Can we have a HUD coded in a certain script language? That way we can customize it on PC. No. As you allowed us to do parachuting, why didn't you not add an altimeter on the screen? Because screen cluttery. They did not want to clutter the screen by giving the player useful information that could prevent them from going splat. I personally do not like to be doing a hot insertion from a helicopter and going splat just to do it over again. Next. Any chance of tweaking the controls in console? No, you have to take the time and do your console settings because we are a lazy developer. Why would we allow you to customize your controls even though you can do it yourself on your Xbox, but we should give you the courtesy of doing it in our own game, or at the very least giving you preset customization loadouts for your controller. No, you have to play it one way and only one way. I personally like the default control scheme, but some people might not. Some people might have, an aversion to the button A. They might not want to press A. I mean, at least in the game settings, they allowed you to swap the triggers and bumpers. Any chance of tweaking? No, I already read that one. Narration and music. These are all dumb. Do you have any plans to make the Ghost Recon Network more interactive? Communication with players. How do the constructive criticism suggestions and requests of the Ubisoft forums influence the Wildland teams? First, thank you very much for all your constructive criticism. Thank you for the constructive criticism. That way we can say no to almost every single thing you asked in relation to the game and things the community wants. The community and the customer support teams work hand in hand to share your feedback, yada yada yada. Big thank you to Reddit and all that, yada yada yada. We pretend to listen. We did this just to show that we listen but don't. Thank you. Thank you, Emma. Would it be possible to have post-planned updates as you're making them so that we know what happens in the upcoming patches? We'll think about it. At this point, I'm so aggravated with Ubisoft, I'm just paraphrasing. Is there any plan for the developer to be more involved with the community? That's what they're doing by saying no to everything that we just asked. Why have you released a game where... Okay, yeah. We cannot test everything in a closed environment. I can agree with this. But that's why we need you. That's why players can still fall through the map numerous months after the game has been released. So yeah, that's all the Q&A.